Hello mga students, we are back and for this video lecture, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ay yung general model for an accounting information system. Okay? Pag-usapan po natin basically etong model na ito na makikita po ninyo as figure 1-5. Okay? Now, the elements of this general model are as follows. Although makikita rin po ninyo ito dito, sinamarize lang natin para magkakasama sila. The end users, the data sources, data collection, data processing, database management, information generation, and last but not the least, we have the feedback. Okay. Now, heads up lang if you want any clarification or kung medyo nalilito kayo as I go along, o comment lang agad kayo or don't forget to ask question. Okay? Although I cannot I cannot answer you real time, but if you have any questions, sasagutin ko po kayo. Okay, now let's talk about this one first, the users or the end users. Alam po ninyo in this slide here, I picked up from one of my basic accounting na video lecture. Kasi when we talk of users of accounting information or users of information in general, we can categorize them into two in terms of their involvement in the organization. Are they external to the organization or are they internal to the organization? Okay? Hindi ko na po ito babasahin, na isa-isahin ito. Alam naman natin kapag sinabi natin na external users, ito po ay mga parties na hindi po nandoon. Hindi sila part ng organization. They are third party to the organization. Kasi kapag internal users yan, they are connected to the organization. Okay? So yan lamang po that is why as you can see here our ang tawag po natin dito the users of the information may either be external and or internal. If this line here represents the boundaries of your organization o yung external end users natin nasa labas, samantalang yung internal end users nasa loob. Okay? So ganun lang po yung ating simple classification ng end users. Next, let's talk about the data and information. Now, I also picked this up. Etong slide naman na ito sa isa sa mga video lecture ko sa IT Application Tools in Business and Accounting na playlist. Although hindi ko highlight lahat. Ito lamang po na may kinalaman sa data and information and later on babalikan ko ito pag pinag-usapan natin yung database. Alam po natin ito coming from a different na author and different subject. When we are talking of data kasi, these are unprocessed items, a collection of unprocessed items which may include yung text, the numbers, either alphabet or numerical, images, audio, and video. Lalong-lalo na sa ngayon na sa mga database natin, sa mga ginagamit natin ng mga systems, hindi lamang alphanumeric. It includes mga audio and visual items, But when we talk of information, it is a processed data. Meaning to say, na proseso na raw data, organized na siya, meaningful, at mapapakinabangan. Okay, now this is from the point of view of another author. However, in our context sa AIS, from James Hall, sinabi niya sa kanyang libro that data are facts which may or may not be processed. Unlike here, na yung data ay unprocessed item, dito po, data are facts na maaring processed or not. Okay? It may be edited, summarized, or refined. Okay? And have no direct effect on the user. Samantalang when we are talking of information, it causes the user to take an action na hindi niya gagawin, okay, kung hindi niya na-receive yung information na yon. So you see the difference, no? Because here, simply an information is a process data. But here, it causes the user to take an action. That is why, ang sabi po sa libro, okay, ni James Hall na dapat information should not be simply defined as a process data. Okay? Kasi inadequate daw yung definition na yon. Information is determined by the effect it has on the user and not on the physical form. Of course, these are two different point of view. Okay? But this is a good definition of information. Not taking on the physical form, but rather on how it affects the user. Okay, because remember, information becomes meaningful to the user because it aids in decision making. So it gives the person, the user, an a freedom, an agency to act or not to act. Okay, so that is a good definition actually. And I appreciate this definition of information. Now, let's talk about data sources. Yung makikita naman po natin dito sa left part, no? It can also be an external source or internal source. Now, when we talk of data sources, these are financial transactions that enter the information system. Either external, nanggaling sa labas, or within the organization. Okay? Kasi syempre, we need the source. Otherwise, kulang. That is why this is our general model here. Okay? Data source is also essential. Next, the collection of data. And this is the first operational stage in information system because ano bang silbi? Para saan ba yung data na yan? Of course, gagamitin natin yan. Para magamit natin yan, we have to collect those data. Okay? That is why it is the first operational. Kasi we take action on that one. And the objective is to ensure that event data entering the system are valid, complete, free from errors. Ito ay mga qualities of a useful information. In many respects, this is the most important stage in the system. Okay? Two rules govern the design of data collection. First one, relevance, and the second one, efficiency. Relevance, okay, dapat may relevance yung information. Remember sa fundamental quality of an information or accounting information yung yung quality ng relevance. We have the confirmatory value, we have the feedback value, kung tama yung recollection ko, mamaya may papakita ko rin ito sa inyo. And then dapat efficient, kasi especially when we are talking of accounting information system, dapat efficient tayo, hindi yung meron na nga tayong ginagamit na accounting information system pero babagal-bagal pa rin. So there is something wrong with our model. Okay? So yan po ang kailangan ninyong tandaan pagdating naman sa data collection. Next, let's talk about the data processing. Data will remain to be data unless it is processed. Okay? And for it to take effect, para makapag-decide yung user kung anong gagawin doon sa information na yun, it should be processed. Otherwise, kapag unprocessed yan, hindi yan magiging kapaki-pakinabang. It will not be relevant to the user. No? Now, in information system, especially in accounting, the data processing stage may range from simple to complex. It may involve simple mathematical calculation, or it may be complicated. Let's say it involves mathematical algorithms, no? Mga gumagamit tayo ng mga programming models. Okay, let's say for useful for production ng production scheduling, no, statistical techniques for sales forecasting. Yung mga forecasting na yan, although madali na lang siyang gamitin because we have the system, but the underlying instructions are complicated because it involves a lot of mathematical calculations, no? Complex calculations. Okay? Iba't ibang statistical techniques. Okay? So, data processing. Yan po yung makikita ninyo dito sa gitna ng ating illustration. Now, next, and going back doon sa aking excerpt sa IT accounting, IT application tool, sorry. Database. Because database is simply a collection of data or collection of information, no? As storage po kasi yan, is hindi lamang po yan storage ng data, kung hindi, storage ng information. Okay? In a manner that allows access, retrieval, and the use of that data. Now, in our reference book, in the book of James Hall, okay, ang sabi niya po kasi dito is that the organization's database is its physical repository. Hindi lamang po for financial, but even for non-financial data. And we apply the term database in a generic sense. Kasi it may be simple as a filing cabinet or as complicated as a computer desk. Okay? Regardless of the physical form, electronic ba yan or physical yan, we can represent its content in a logical hierarchy. At ito po yung tinatawag natin na attribute, records, and file. ARF. Okay? Attribute, record, file. Kagaya po ng makikita po ninyo dito. No, the data hierarchy. We have the accounts receivable records. Okay? Which is, ayan collection po ng accounts receivable record, ang tawag po natin dyan ay accounts receivable file. Your customer files, no? But, however, saan galing ba kasi yung record na yan? Or ano yung binubuo ng record na yan? Yan po yung mga attributes, such as the customer account number. Okay? Ano ba yung account number nitong customer natin na ito? Anong pangalan niya? Saan siya nakatira? Magkano yung balanse? Ano yung credit limit? Kasi normally, let's say, meron tayong account kay Globe na postpaid. Magkano po ang credit limit mo? 3,000. Magkano yung postpaid mo? 2,500. Magkano yung monthly due mo? Kasi pumasok na yung bill. 2,121. Okay? Customer name. Anong pangalan mo? Ano yung naka-register address sa'yo para pag nagsisend sila ng paperless billing, di ba? Or kaya, actual mail, no? Matatanggap mo pa. Ano yung customer number mo? Even for Meralco, di ba, sa ating mga binabayarang mga electricity, okay, meron kang customer account number. Yan na ngayon yung ginagamit pang bayad, di ba? At marami pa pong iba. Those are the attributes. Okay? That is why in the level, in our hierarchy here, we have the attributes, records, and file. Okay? But I have a chapter 9 database management discussion also in my IT application tool. You may look at it for a different explanation of hierarchy or of data, especially on database management na subject. Okay? Later on, we will also have a discussion on database management under the book, under same reference. Okay? Now, that is your database, no? Ito, pag sinabi nating attribute, just an added information, no? It is a logical and relevant characteristic of an entity about which the firm captures data. Ito yung source natin, no? The record is a complete set of attributes and the file is a complete set of records, no, of identical class. Okay, so yan po Please take note of that. Now, as an additional on database management, although we will later on deal with this one, we can categorize the tasks in data management into 3. Okay, storage, retrieval, and deletion. Pag storage, that is the process of keeping the files. Okay, keeping the records, keeping our data and information. Retrieval is the process of getting from it when it is needed. While deletion is the process of removing it permanently. Although sa iba, meron itong soft deletion, no? Yung ina-archive muna natin. But later on, pag hindi na siya ginagamit, let's say after 30 days, after 60 days, or 90 days, or kapag nag-lapse na yung specific number of days or period, automatically na siya madidelete. Yung iba, hard delete, delete mo na talaga. Pero yung iba, sige, archive ko muna, ilagay ko muna sa recycle bin. Okay? Or kung papaano man, yung process ng deletion. Okay? So, yun po Now, I also have a different discussion on database management coming from a different author. You can also check it, no? In my IT application na playlist. It is just available, no? Punta lang kayo sa ibang playlist. Okay. Now, let's talk about this one. Information generation. Ano naman po ang kailangan ninyong tandaan for this one on information generation? It simply says that the process of compiling, arranging, formatting, and presenting information to the users. So, how do we generate the information? We compile, we arrange, no? Of course, we collect, di ba? Mayroon tayong data collection. We process them. Mayroon tayong data processing. What do we do next? We compile them, we arrange them, we format them, then we present the information to users. Okay? Please take note of this one. Sabi kasi dito, regardless of physical form, useful information has the following characteristics: relevance, timeliness, accuracy, completeness, and summarization. Although it doesn't necessarily, present exactly the qualitative characteristics and then the enhancing characteristics of accounting information, pero makikita po ninyo yan dito sa background, no? Ito yung isang sa mga explanation ko sa aking basic accounting playlist, on fundamental qualities and then enhancing characteristics, no, of accounting information. Kasi makikita ninyo may similarities. Let's say for relevance. Relevance is a fundamental quality. Okay? Wala nga lang dito yung faithful representation. However, makikita mo dito, we have the completeness, which is your first ingredient of faithful representation. We have your accuracy, which is your free from error. Okay? Ano pa? Yung timeliness is a part of your VCAT, which is your enhancing characteristics. Pag summarization, ibig sabihin lang kasi nito well, of course, the information that is provided to the users depends on who needs the information. Kasi pag going back to the first video lecture sa AIS, yung ating top management summarize yung information. Pero pagdating sa operations or sa operations management, medyo detailed pa yung kailangan. So it really depends doon sa user na gagamit. But kinakailangan yung information naka-summarize or naka-arrange siya depende kung sino po ang gagamit. Normally naman sa mga information system, pag nag-extract tayo ng mga information na kinakailangan natin, templated na yan. Okay, depende sa gagamit, depende sa hinihingi, no? Ipo-provide yung information so long as it is available. Okay? So that is the concept of information generation. Okay. Now, last item. Kinakailangan merong feedback because the feedback gives us an idea, was it effective? Was it helpful to them? Because that is the form of output, no? That is sent back to the system as a source data na. Okay? Para later on, magagamit ito, the cycle goes on. Okay? Feedback may be internal or external and is used to initiate or alter a process. Mahalaga na meron tayong feedback palagi. Kasi two-way yung communication, hindi lamang one-way. Otherwise, hindi natin malalaman ano yung nangyari. Okay? So, for a communication to be effective, there should be two-way. Okay. Now, as last slide of this video lecture, the information system objective is presented here. Number 1, to support the stewardship function of management. Number 2, to support management decision-making. And number 3, to support the firm's day-to-day operations. At kung makikita po ninyo, nire-relay lang po nito yung ating pyramid, no, sa mga earlier video lectures. Each organization must tailor its information system to the need of users. Wala na pong explanation yan. Alam na natin, ano, it was repeated how many times. Therefore, specific information system objectives may differ from firm to firm. Eto, it may differ. Now, dito highlight ko lang kasi sabi dito to support the stewardship function of management. Ano ba kasi ibig sabihin ng stewardship? This is management's responsibility to properly manage the firm's resources. Okay? Please take note of these three information system objective. Support the stewardship function ng management, support management decision making, no? Of course, the information system helps the management decide well. Kasi kung walang information system, paano makakatulong? Okay, paano ma-generate ng mabilis, ng efficient, no? Yung information na kailangan nila for decision making. Kaya nga nagkakaroon ng innovation, ng mga invention para mapadali yung buhay, especially ng mga decision makers. So that is the second objective. And last, no, support the firm's day-to-day operations, which is important on the ground, so that they are not left blind what is happening and what is the actual scenario on the ground. Okay? And this is to assist in the efficient and effective discharge of daily tasks. Okay? So, eto po hanggang dito muna tayo sa lecture na ito. I hope this is helpful to you, although medyo mahaba-haba ito compared sa ibang video lectures, but this will indeed help you sa discussions. Okay? Or again, if you have any questions, I always repeat this one because normally I don't see students asking questions. So my assumptions is that either they understood what they are studying or wala silang naintindihan. But I hope it's the first one that you understand what I am talking about, what I am telling you. But please don't be don't be shy to ask questions if necessary. Until the next video lecture, I'll see you around. Bye-bye.